The U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has visited the occupied West Bank and Israel, his fourth trip to the region since the war began. Blinken said the ceasefire deal is producing results and that the U.S. hopes it will continue. Well, senior Hamas representative Osama Hamdan joins us on the line from Beirut now. Welcome to the programme. Let me ask you, if I may, sir, put simply, are you confident that we will see a continuing ceasefire agreement?
Well, thank you for having me. I have to be clear. I'm not confident, not because of Hamas, but because of Israel. We have just listened to the spokesman of the government talking in an aggressive way, expressing the willing of Israel to continue the attack against Gaza. Everyone knows that Hamas have resisted that, and we will continue the resistance. But what was happening in the last 50 days? It was a massacre committed by Israel against civilians, the women, the children, and old men, destroying the infrastructure of the Palestinians in Gaza. So going back to the will of this Israeli hardline government, you can't trust anything. From our side, we are following up the political and diplomatic efforts done by Qataris and Egyptians in order to extend the ceasefire, sending more captives. And we were clear in that. We will continue that on the basis of the Israel understanding that there will be no chances to continue the attack against the Palestinians.
Let me ask you, is Hamas able to account for all Israeli captives? Does it know where they all are and therefore be able to agree to Israeli demands, even if it wanted to?
Well, as everyone have understood till now, that we don't know where they are all. We are willing to bring them all if they were in our hands, but they are not. But we are searching to find them. If the Israelis continue the attack, there will be no chances, as everyone knows that some of them were killed under the heavy bombardment of the Israeli Air Force. So that may be another way to kill those hostages by going back to attack Gaza.
You mentioned heavy bombardment there. Israel might say that despite all of this, it has the upper hand and has destroyed much of Hamas's infrastructure already. Do you agree with that?
Well, I think what is happening in the field shows that they were not doing that. In fact, they were killing the children, the women. We are talking about 15,000 Palestinians who were killed. 75 of them, they were children and women. They have attacked the hospitals. They've claimed that the hospitals are bases for the military, and everyone has saw that clearly they were lying. So now they are talking about destroying Hamas. Well, we have delivered some of those captives in the middle of Gaza City, where they have said that it was completely cleaned from the resistance. They've tried to attack in the northern part of Gaza. The resistance reacted directly to that, and our thanks for the mediators, the Egyptians and the Qataris, who directly reacted to stop what the Israelis were trying to do. So if they want to try that, they have not to continue the lies to their people. They have to say that we are going just to the war because we want the war and we want to kill more Palestinians. And I assure you, the resistance will continue defending the Palestinians as it can do. And everyone knows now that the casualties in the Israeli army is more than what they have declared in the last 50 days.
Well, given what you say then, do you believe that Israel will at some point resume its military campaign, no matter what?
Well, I think they understand that the military campaign will not achieve the announced goals, even if they took more than the 50 days, even if they used more time. I think that they are in the point of denial because they know well that the investigation after the war stopped will clarify that it was their mistake by provoking the Palestinians, attacking their holy mosque, attacking their holy places, even churches. They provoked the Palestinians of building more settlements in West Bank, taking over the land of the Palestinians. They provoke them by denying they have the right to have their own independent state, sovereign state with the capital of Al-Quds and Jerusalem. They provoked the Palestinians, so there was a reaction from the Palestinians, and they couldn't see that coming. They know that every one of them will be blamed for that, so they are trying to defend themselves by killing more Palestinians, telling their people that the Palestinians are the wrong side. They will get out of this denial situation after maybe a few days, and they will go back to understand we can start from the main point.
OK, well, let me just ask you this then. Forgive me for jumping in there. What do you say now to all those Palestinians who have faced so much death and destruction? When will this end?
Well, it will end at the moment when the international community can tell the Israelis enough is enough. You have to recognize the Palestinian rights, to have to recognize the Palestinians as a nation who has their rights and their lands and their home and their self-determination, their political future. You can't keep controlling the Palestinians by your power. This power will not be forever. It is not an endless power. If there was a kind of pressure, if the United States said, I will not provide you with weapons, I will not provide you with more weapons to kill the Palestinians, I think they will start thinking of other options. The solution is to recognize the Palestinian people's rights and to admit that the Palestinians are a free nation. They have to establish their own independent state on their own land. OK,
and in the immediate future, will there or will there not be a ceasefire tomorrow, do you think?
Well, we are working with the mediators on the political level in order to have this happening. But as I have told you, I can't be sure because it's not the choice of Hamas only. It's also what the Israelis will react towards that issue.
Osama Hamdan, thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you.